Hi, I'm Mark from L&M Small Engine. Today we're working on a Toro Powermax 1028 LXE snowblower. Has a 10 horsepower Tecumseh engine on it. It's been sitting for a couple years with the gas in it, so we're just gonna give it a good tune up and boil out the carburetor and put a kit in it, get it back out in the snow. So hope you enjoy the video. Okay, before we tear the carburetor apart, we're going to drain the oil, and a lot of these older snowblowers had this extension pipe on them. So what we're going to do, we're going to tilt this up. So over in the front, all you have to do is just find a 2x4 or something. Let's go ahead and put it under the blower unit, so it has a little tilt to it. We'll start draining the oil while we take the carburetor off. And a lot of times on these, people put these caps on, they're way too tight, so when you unscrew it, the whole thing wants to unscrew. So the best thing to solve that problem is get a pair of vice grips, put it on the tube itself so it don't spin. I'm gonna go ahead and loosen that nut. It's nice to have these nuts on snug, but sometimes people put them on there way too tight. Got that loose, so pretty black oil there. Notice, take the cap off and check the oil. We're gonna pop that off, so that's kind of like a reminder, don't start it before you put oil back in it. Okay, while that's draining, we'll go ahead and take that cover off where the carburetor is, behind that black cover there. On these Tecumseh motors, you just need a Phillips screwdriver and a 5/16 nut driver, and just pop this choke lever off. We'll take and then the 5/16 ones, there's one here and there's one in front. We got one loose so it don't fall off, and the other one's right where that tube is for your oil dipstick tube. That's where the other 5/16 one is. Finish taking this one out. And you have this kill wire here. I'll just unplug it. And there you go. Then we gotta take this primer line off. just like that. And there's 2 bolts right here. It's a Phillips screwdriver on one end and a 7/16 nut on the other side. Okay, I apologize. I told you these are Phillips head. On the older Tecumseh, they were Phillips, but on this newer design of Tecumseh, the T30 Torx. So. Go and take the nuts off. If you leave the screws in the elbow, it's a lot easier to put this back on when you're all done. So I'll get the nuts out of there. Slide that one back a little bit. Okay, so now we have to unhook the governor linkage and the fuel line. So there's a bunch of holes up here. Make sure when you take this off, you put it back in the same exact hole when we reinstall it. But we have to unhook the fuel line. Take the clamp off. And some of these are stuck on there really good, so probably have to wiggle that back and forth. Just be careful so you don't tear it. And we'll make sure the gas is shut off if you still have old gas in the tank. A lot of these have a fuel line shut off. And it said it's on now, so you can already smell the old gas right now. Kind of get between the carburetor and the hose. Some of you slide right off, and some pain in the butt. And this one's one of the pain in the butt ones. Getting there. There. Now I'll unhook that governor and just make sure it goes back in that hole right there. So I'll go ahead and take this carburetor apart. But all the oil's drained out now, so we can go and put that cap back on. Then you take that board out under your blower housing so it's back level again. Okay, I kind of took some carburetor cleaner and cleaned the outside off a little bit, so Don't get into that dirt inside the carburetor. This bottom nut is a 1/2 inch, and this nut is also the jet. You got a couple holes on the bottom, and the one main one, you got this little itsy bitsy one right there, that's for your idle. It don't look that bad, but you can see the needle and seat is frozen there. So we're just gonna go and take it apart. I'm gonna use the ultrasonic boiler and boil this out, and we'll put a new kit in there and finish up the tune-up. Okay, we got the carburetor all boiled out. Looks like brand new again. So now what we're gonna do, we're gonna put this little seat in where the needle goes. It's smooth on one side and kind of rigid on the other there. That goes in first, the rigid side. So we're gonna go ahead and plop that in that hole right there. Make sure the smooth side is up. Then what I use to push that down with is an old 3/16 inch drill bit. Use the opposite end, make sure there ain't no sharp edges on it or anything, and nice and flat. And we'll just stick it in there and push it in there all the way in. That's all you gotta do. Now we'll put the new bowl gasket on. Just kind of set it on there. Just like that. I'm gonna grab our new needle. And bend that down a little bit, something like that. And pop it in that little groove right there. Grab our float. Put that wire underneath that bracket right there. Gotta keep it laying like that so it don't fall off. Let's put the pin back in. So the pin's kind of even on both sides there. And on the bowl, it's higher here and lower here. This high part goes where the float comes down, so like what a little indentation is, that like a little nipple on that. Kind of line it up with that. And we get our new gasket. Then before we put the nut / jet on there, make sure that them 2 holes on the bottom are clear. The one in the center, and there's a little itsy bitsy one right there. That's for your idle. So what I use is like, this is off an old flywheel brake cable. Just unravel it and make sure that one's nice and clear. That's nice and clear. And that's nice and clear. They're plugged up, it's not gonna run. And we'll use our 1/2 inch wrench to tighten that up. Make it snug, don't totally ratchet down because that jet's just brass. Just make it nice and snug. And the carburetor's done, so we can go ahead and put that back on. Okay, so first thing we do that, Gover linkage is in that hole right there. Okay, then we can go ahead and put the fuel line on. I need to put that clamp on. Now we can go ahead and just on these bolts, just stick them through just a little bit so you can get your intake gasket on. Get this up there and push them through. Get them started. The back one's a little tricky because it might have big hands. It's hard to get to it. So I like using like a little magnet. Put it on there like this. Get it where it needs to be. Use like a Phillips and put it in the center. Make sure it's low level, and then it'll start. Hopefully. Small fingers, it'd be a different story. I can't get my fat fingers in there. finally. And make sure all your linkage and everything's working good. Install this primer line, but before I do that, push in on your primer bulb and hold that and make sure you have pressure there. Oil. Prime. Alright. Now we can install the cover here. So your kill wire thing goes right down here. Just like that. I'm gonna go and bolt that on now. Okay, line the holes up. And don't tighten these two all the way quite yet so we can get the top ones lined up. And the one on the back. And we finish tightening these up here. And put our choke knob on. Okay, put the oil in there. Make sure that cap on your drain plug is on snug. And on these 10 horse, it takes like 30 ounces. It's like 2 ounces less than a quart to fill this up. And then we'll change the spark plug, and which we should be about done. These Tecumsehs, they take a Champion RJ 19 LM. You can see how black that was. So that jet was plugged up for a while anyway, but we'll go ahead and lower this down off the hoist, put some fresh gas in there, and see if we can't fire this thing up here. So Okay, I put some gas in it. Put it on choke, put it on fast. Push the primer bulb. And there you go. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I have plenty more videos on how to fix stuff. I hope you enjoyed it. You have a good afternoon. Bye. Hi, this is Mark from L&M Small Engine. If you like my videos, please like and subscribe. Thanks.